We are officially entering the most critical offseason in Cleveland Browns history, where the checkbook needs to open up and the front office needs to stop messing around because our 2025 season exposed every single crack in this foundation. We have the quarterback of the future, but if we don't put the right names around him immediately, we are wasting a golden generation. I am not just giving you a list of players, I am giving you the blueprint to save this franchise. Before we dive into these 10 names that could change everything, do me a massive favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking update this offseason. Let's be brutally honest with each other for a second. The offensive line play we witnessed last season was not just bad, it was offensive. It was a hazard to our quarterback's health. We cannot go into 2026 hoping for bounce-back years from guys who can't stay on the field. That is why the very first name on my list is Vera-Tucker. We have to prioritize the trenches, and AVT is the kind of versatile weapon we are desperate for. He is a guy who can slide in and dominate at guard, and he is still young, sitting right there at 26 years old. Now, I'm not going to ignore the elephant in the room, he has an injury history. He had that tricep issue that cost him time, and we don't have a full 2025 stat sheet on him because of it. But when he is 100% healthy, he is a monster. He is 6 feet 5 inches, over 300 pounds, and in 2024 he was a top 12 graded player at his position. He balances pass protection and run blocking beautifully, and considering how inconsistent our run game was until the final stretch of last year, we need the dual threat capability. But we can't stop at guard. The tackle situation was a nightmare. Cam Robinson and the rest of that unit looked like turnstiles out there. We need a sure thing. Enter Braden Smith from the Indianapolis Colts. This is the guy. If Jack Conklin isn't coming back, and let's be real, with the injuries, that ship has likely sailed, Smith is the perfect replacement at right tackle. He is going to cost money, probably around $13. $5 million a year, but can you put a price on keeping Shedeur Sanders upright? I don't think so. Smith is 29, he is in his prime, and he has over 100 starts under his belt. He comes from a Colts culture that prides itself on elite offensive line play. He kept pocket passers clean in Indy, and we need that exact same stability here in Cleveland. Now, let's pivot to the defensive side of the ball because we have some serious depth issues in the secondary. I love Denzel Ward, he is elite, but we all hold our breath every time he goes down for a tackle because we know he misses time. We cannot rely on backups to cover WR1S. That is why I am looking at Jamal Dean from Tampa Bay. When this guy is on the field, he is a lockdown artist. In 2025, quarterbacks had a pathetic 46.9 passer rating when targeting him. That is absurdly good. He does have some durability concerns, having never played a full 17-game slate, but as a CB2 alongside Ward. That is a terrifying duo for opposing offenses. He is going to demand around $12.6 million, but after shipping Greg Newsome off to Jacksonville, who is also a free agent now, ironically, we need a proven veteran who can step in and shut down a side of the field. Speaking of stealing talent, how would you feel about weakening a division rival while fixing our biggest weakness? The dream scenario, the absolute home run swing, is Tyler Linderbaum from the Baltimore Ravens. Every insider I talk to says he is the #1 offensive lineman hitting the market, period. He is going to get paid massive money, probably north of $17 million a year, but look at who he is protecting. He anchored that line for Lamar Jackson. He is a run-blocking savant with an 83.1 grade in that department. Imagine getting our run game back to elite status because we have Linderbaum paving the road. He played over 1,000 snaps last year and was the only bright spot on a Ravens line that had its own struggles. If we want to make a statement, we go get the best center in football and put him in orange and brown. But let's talk weapons. We need to give our young quarterback someone who can stretch the field and go get the football. I am looking directly at Alec from the Colts. This guy is the unsung hero of the receiver market. He isn't a diva, he is a worker. Coaches love him because he actually blocks in the run game, which is something we desperately need from our perimeter players. But more importantly, he is a vertical threat. He averaged 21 yards per reception last year. That is explosive. He cracked 1,000 yards on just 47 catches. Think about that efficiency. With Shedeur's ability to launch the deep ball, we saw that connection with Isaiah Bond all year, adding a 6 feet 3 inches target like Pierce who wins those 50-50 balls is a match made in heaven. So, I have to ask you the question of the day, and I want you to be the GM right now. With the salary cap being tight, would you be willing to pay Alec Pierce $20 million a year to be our deep threat? Type Y4 yes or N4 no in the comments right now. I'm really curious to see if you think he is worth that WR1 money. We are not done with the offensive line yet. I told you, I am obsessed with fixing this unit. David Edwards from the Buffalo Bills is another name you need to circle. He is going to be the top guard on the market, and for good reason. He gave up 0 sacks. None. In over 2,000 snaps at left guard over the last 2 years, he has allowed 3 sacks total. With the rumors swirling that Joel Bitonio might finally hang up the cleats and retire, we might have a massive hole at left guard. Edwards is the plug-and-play solution. He is going to be expensive, likely near that $20 million mark, but you pay for premium protection. Now, we have to talk about the most controversial name on the market. George Pickens. The talent is undeniable. I have said for years that purely based on athleticism and ball skills, he is a top 10 receiver. He had a monster year in 2025 catching passes from Dak Prescott, racking up over 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. The guy makes catches that defy physics. But, and this is a massive but, his attitude scares me to death. We saw the lack of effort, the fights, the drama in Pittsburgh and beyond. Do we really want to bring a personality like that into a locker room we are trying to stabilize? He is going to want $30 million a year. Personally, I don't think the headache is worth the price tag, even if the talent is generational. If we want a receiver who brings toughness without the drama, why not look at Deebo Samuel? He has reinvented himself a bit over in Washington. He isn't the young kid anymore, but he is still a weapon. He put up over 700 yards and 5 touchdowns last year, and he is lethal in the run game. We tried to get cute with Malachi Corley in that role, but Deebo is the original. He brings a level of physicality that our receiver room was sorely lacking last year. Back to the line one more time, Connor McGovern from the Bills. Yes, Buffalo has 2 elite interior linemen hitting free agency, and we should be trying to poach at least one of them. McGovern allowed 0 sacks last season. He offers versatility to play center or guard, and his pass-blocking grade was 6th best among all centers. With our center situation being a mess due to injuries last year, we were down to 3rd stringers for Shedeur at one point. McGovern is the stability we crave. He is projected at around $16 million, which is a steal compared to Linderbaum. And just to round out the list, keep an eye on Rashid Walker from Green Bay. He is only 25, a younger option if we want a build for the long haul. And hey, Mike Evans is out there if we want a pure red zone threat, though he is getting up there in age. Romeo Dew is another name, but he will likely be too pricey. And of course, Kareem Hunt is available if we want to get nostalgic, though I think that ship has sailed. This offseason is going to define the next 5 years of Cleveland Browns football. We have the quarterback, now we need the army around him. I need to know from you, if you could only sign one player from this list, who is your absolute must-have target? Drop that name in the comments below. I'm reading all of them. Make sure you are subscribed because the second any news breaks, I'll be right here breaking it down. Stay tuned.